Alright, heading into the first game. Leopard Home's great. Unfortunately, one's probably going to get Earthshocked. Earthshocked is one of the best keeps for him. I'll toss these two for now. But I'll definitely keep two, just in case if he doesn't have Earthshock, coining out two is amazing. And then, oh, it's okay if he Earthshocks this, because then I get the Loot Hoarder. And yeah, a card is about worth 2 damage, possibly more. So if he Earthshocks this, then I lose 2 damage, but if I get the card, which actually in this situation, since I don't have anything to play, on turns 3 and 4, I'd value the card over the 2 damage. But yeah, in the future, the most a card can do is 6 for Leroy, or if you count Cold Light, it draws 2 cards. Other than that, Shadow Step's about 4 to 6 damage, depending on if you Shadow Step an Arcane Golem or a Leroy. Or you can Shadow Step a Cold Light, which gives you 2 cards, which again is about 2 damage or more. So we'll see what happens here. But I'd rather have the Leopard Gnome get Earthshocked on turn 1. And that'll be him on 2 mana if he spends 1 mana Earthshocking. As long as he doesn't have an Argent Squire, I'm in great shape. He has the Argent Squire. Okay. So I could coin and dagger up is not bad. And then I fully kill it next turn while also dropping 2 1-drops. I'd rather do that. As long as he doesn't roll a Taunt Totem, this is good. Alright, so no Taunt Totem. Or Searing Totem, okay, that's fine. So now, I could play the Loot Hoarder, and then the next turn I could Dagger Up and Leopard Gnome, which is a little bit more mana efficient, but if I play both Leopard Gnomes now, there's a higher chance that one actually hits, and it'll fully clear a totem, which is pretty valuable. So if I were to play this, he'd Earthshock it, and I'd have nothing on the board. But now if he Earthshocks, I have 1 on the board, and it'll kill a totem, and then it'll also do something else, and it stays on the board. So that's more valuable to me than being more efficient with my hero power. And of course I could draw a 1-drop to go with this, or just a 3-drop I could play. So I'll probably play the Loot Hoarder in lieu of daggering up, because unless he gets a Searing Totem. And then I'll kill the Searing Totem to hopefully keep one of my guys alive longer. Assassin's Blade is pretty good, but it's not like the guaranteed 12 that it is against other classes, because the Shaman's going to roll like Taunt Totems that you have to get through. Okay, so I'll dagger up so I can be more mana efficient with that. And then I will sacrifice both these so they don't get Earthshocked, and I'll keep this guy alive. Actually, everybody dies, so it's fine. Okay, so he's only on 2 mana, so you can only totem. This hand is kinda dead. It's reactive, and the Shadow Step is Shadow Step goes with about 3 cards, or 4 if you count the 2 copies of Arcane Golem. So there's no point in daggering those because of the healing totem. No point in dissing one either. Whereas, like I was saying, the Shadow Step goes with the 2 Arcane Golems, the 2 Cold Lights, and the Leroy. That's 5. You can Shadow Step the SI7 or the Salcy if you really have to, but those are the cards you're really thinking of, is the Cold Lights, the Leroy, and the Arcane Golem. So right now I have 12. I don't think I'm going to get the full 12 out of this, but let's say 9 plus 4, 13, and then 8 with an Arcane Golem would be 21, so I'm still a little bit short. If I got the Leroy, it'd be 12 plus 9. It's barely enough, but we're going to assume he's going to have more taunts that I have to get through. And this is a hard turn for him. Maybe he has an Earthshock and Azure Drake. He's deciding which one to play. Usually, you could just leave this guy up if you're playing against a rogue, because you don't even want them to have the card. You'll just rather take the 2 damage half the time. Okay, he didn't have the Earthshock, but he had this. Okay, so I kind of want to get the Assassin's Blade going, and then I could Cold Light next turn and hopefully maybe draw into a Flurry. But this way I get one of the hits through, whereas you don't really want to Flurry, you know, 4 charges away. If he doesn't get a taunt, hopefully I can get another hit in, and then Flurry, and then I'll only be losing 1 charge. So I'd really like him not to roll a Taunt Totem, although it's 50% chance, but maybe he wants to play an Azure Drake or Wolves, that's fine. So now I'm fine flurrying this, if I get it. He's actually low on cards, but I'm going to Cold Light here, pretty much no matter what. Okay. Yeah, I can Eve this and SI7 that. That's 5 mana, and then I have 1 mana to spare. There's not really a point in putting on the Deadly Poison here, because I'm going to hit this, but it is a little bit more mana efficient. And I'll still get 2 charges, like even though I'm wasting 1, I'll get the last 2 charges, which is about the same as putting it on a regular dagger. So that's fine. And I have to start the combo anyways for those 2. So I'll hold off on Cold Lighting as long as possible, because this is a pretty efficient turn for me. But so now if I have to throw this into one of these, it's sort of a waste of the Deadly, but it'll pay off if I were to get a really mana efficient turn next turn. And yeah, I had to start the combo anyways, so. If I can somehow get through a hit through here, I'll have him at 12. Which is Leroy range with Shadow Step. And so you don't need to save Shadow Step if you have a Cold Light in your hand, because it'll get you 2 cards, 2 additional cards, so it'll get you closer to your next Shadow Step anyways, or just, you know, more damage that would make up for the damage you lost for, say, Leroy, best case scenario is you lose 6 damage, well you get 2 cards. So what's the chance you won't do at least 4 to 6 damage with those 2 cards? Is pretty low. So he has a really tough turn. He definitely doesn't really care about Totem because he doesn't want to Sneer Totem. Okay, so maybe he has a lethal on me next turn. It's possible. See, I really need the Flurry here to catch up. Alright, there's the Flurry. I'm still gonna Cold Light. I don't have to Shadow Step him now. The risk is if you don't Shadow Step him, he'll die, so I won't have the option to Shadow Step him next turn. But I do have the Arcane Golem, so this is 8. And I'm going to Flurry here. So that's 13 damage. He's at 9 HP, and I can also... No, I can't dagger him. So I have him at 9 HP. So I am tempted to Shadow Step, but at the same time, then I can't get this Defias out, which has a small chance of living. There's a small chance he doesn't have Lightning Storm, but either way, I want to force him to Lightning Storm anyways. Spend 3 mana and Overload for 2. So I'll do this. So I have 8 damage plus 9 with my dagger, so I have him at about 8 HP, which is actually going to be hard to finish off, because that's going to take like at least 3 cards, unless I get the perfect 2. Okay, maybe he doesn't have the... No, it looks like he has the Lightning Storm. Yeah. And I have to get through this Taunt Totem. Okay, so now I have 12 plus 4 is 16 plus a dagger hit, but I have to get through this Taunt Totem. Alright, so this is 6 mana, plus 3 is 9 mana, which I can do all of that next turn. So if I dagger this now, and if he doesn't get like a Healing Totem, but chances are maybe he has an Argus, so I might have to sap something next turn. But for now, this gives us a very small chance of winning next turn. 12, 16, 17. Exactly lethal for 7, 8, 9 damage mana. So he has to not roll a Healing Totem and not taunt. Oh, he has lethal. Okay.
Well played.
It's a pretty close game. 1 turn off. He got He got both. Did he get both dogs? Yeah, he got both Feral Spirits, which is huge. But as you can see, it was still a very close game. So that's about how it goes. If they get both dogs, they should win almost every time.